Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment in the comment section. Without wasting much time, let's get right into the video. So I am starting with the front pattern and I have the shoulder line, the chest line and the waist line. I have a button allowance of 1 inch by the side of the pattern paper. Shoulder to the chest line is 9 inches and to the waistline is 18 inches. I will go ahead and mark the shoulder measurement divided by 2. I will mark that on the shoulder line and also on the chest line and connect with a straight line. Next, I will go in with a neck width of 3.5 inches and depth of 9.5, and I will connect that into a V neckline. Next, I will come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope and I will connect with a straight line to the neck width. From the shoulder slope, I will divide what I have left into 2 and get the midpoint. At the midpoint, I will go in by 0.7 inches on the chest line and I will mark the bust measurement divided by 4 and I will connect the 3 points together to form the armhole. Next, on the waistline, I will go in with the waist measurement divided by 4 and I will add 1 inch allowance for the waist dart and I will connect the point together with my curved ruler. The next step is to go ahead and mark the bust line. From the shoulder to the bust width is 11 inches and I will connect that into a straight line. On the bust line, I will go in with the nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. Mine is 3.5 inches and do the same thing on the waistline as well. And mark a straight line. On the waist, mark half of an inch on both sides of the nipple to nipple point. And use your ruler to join the point to form a dart. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark the bust dart. The difference between my front and back is 2 inches and that is what I marked here as the bust dart, and I will connect a straight line to the bust point. Now from the waistline, I will extend this line by 2 inches. I don't want the length of the top to stop at the waistline. I want to extend it by 2 inches. So from the waistline, I will mark 2 inches and I will connect that with a straight line and connect the side slightly like you see me doing. Don't make it straight, just make it slant. From the center line, I will go in by 3 inches. And from that 3 inches marked, I will come down by 4 inches. Now I will connect from the side to the 4 inches marked. And also I will connect from the center line to the 4 inches mark. Remember, there is a button allowance on the side, so this line has to extend to the button allowance. So I am just going to reconnect that to meet the button allowance there. And also for the neckline, I am also going to connect the button allowance. Now reconnect the neckline to meet the buttonhole line. So here is going to be where our buttons will be on this waistcoat. Now on the down here, I will extend the nipple to nipple to this point line and I will connect like you see me doing. I will be making use of the armhole princess dart for this waistcoat. So from the shoulder slope there, I will mark 4 inches from that 4 inches point. I will connect with a curve to meet the bust point, and I will tighten the armhole with 1 inch and reconnect back to the bust point. Now to tighten the neckline, because if you don't tighten the neckline, it's going to gape. So I will get the midpoint and I will connect from the midpoint to the dart line on the armhole. I will tighten it with 1/2 inch and I will connect it to the same point. All the parts I shaded will be cut off. The front pattern is done now, so I will cut it. Before I cut my front pattern, I forgot to place the 1 inch that we used to tighten the armhole there. You have to replace it back, or else there will be a shortage by the time we are done joining it back. So I will cut through to the end, but not entirely, and I will use my tape to close the neckline like you see me doing. But before I will cut the armhole dart, I am first going to remark the shape of the side, because after closing the armhole dart, the shape is not going to be straight. So I will first do it and then cut the armhole dart. What I did for the neckline dart, I'm going to do the same thing for the underbust dart as well, by using my tape to close it. So that is all for the front pattern. So you cut it out. I'm sorry I couldn't video it when I was cutting it out, but then I'm sure you can do it. Thank you. So this is what I have after cutting it out. I hope you also have the same thing. For the back, I have the shoulder line, the chest line, and the waistline. Shoulder to chest line is 9 inches and to the waistline is 18 inches. The first thing I am going to do is to tighten the center back with 0.75. On the waistline, I will go in by 0.5 and connect it to the top and the bottom of this pattern. Next, I will mark a neck depth of 1 inch and a neck width of 3.5 inches, and I will connect with a curve. The next thing is to go in with the shoulder measurement divided by 2. I will mark that on the shoulder line and on the chest line as well. And I will connect with a straight line. I will come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope and I will connect to the neck width. From the shoulder slope, I will divide what I have left by 2 and get the midpoint. At the midpoint, I will go in by 0.5 and I will connect that point to meet the shoulder slope. Next, on the chest line, I am going in with my bust measurement divided by 4 and I will connect those 3 points together to form an armhole. On the waistline, I will come in with the waist measurement divided by 4 and I will add 1 inch allowance for that and I will connect the points together. On the waistline, I will go in with the nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2. I will mark that there. And on the chest line, I will come down by 1 inch and also mark it and connect into a straight line. I will come out by 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart and I will connect to the top like you see me doing. Just like we extended from the waistline by 2 inches from the front pattern, I will do the same thing to this back pattern, and I will connect into a straight line. And from the side, I will just go ahead and I will connect slantly like you see me doing. Now I will extend the dart leg on the waistline to this new line that we have here. That is all for the back pattern. I will cut it out now. After cutting, you can cross check your sides if it matches properly. This is what you should have. These are my patterns and I have transferred it to the fabric. I added ½ inch all around the patterns, the top, the button, the armhole, but the sides I added 1½ inches allowance, and I have cut out my lining pieces as well. For the front, I am using the same fabric as the main fabric and the lining, and for the back I used a different fabric as the lining. This is after I placed my interfacing on my lining pieces. The first thing I am going to do is to go ahead and stitch the center back with ½ inch, and after stitching the center back, I will go ahead and stitch the dart in place on the lining. Take out my lining pieces. I will join my lining pieces together first. For my front pieces, take one piece of the side front and join it to the center front. Make sure the right sides are facing each other and go ahead and stitch with ½ inch. I will do the same thing for the main fabric as well. The right side facing each other, pin them together and go ahead and sew by ½ inch. This is after I was done stitching both the main fabric and the lining piece. I also went ahead to stitch on the front pieces as well. Make notches on the ½ inch you sewed and open the seam line and press it with an iron. The next step is to go ahead and join the shoulder. I will join the front and the back shoulders together with ½ inch and do the same thing on the main fabric as well. I am done joining here, and the next step is to place the main fabric on the lining piece, right side facing each other, and I will go ahead and join the armhole together. So just run a stitch on the armhole on both sides. I am done stitching the armhole. Please make notches and trim the excess you have there. Do the same thing for the other side as well. Now I am going ahead to stitch the neckline from the front all the way to the back and the back to the front. This is after I was done. Notch all the points, all the sharp points, notch it. And trim any excess you have. I will turn it to the right side now. While stitch the armhole, you can add hemming stitch to it so that by the time you press it, it will stay nice and flat and the lining won't be showing on the right side. After turning, I will take it to the ironing table and press it properly. After pressing, I will bring it back and show you. I am done pressing it and you can see what we have. The next step is to close the button parts, both the front and the back. I will turn it to the wrong side and stitch with ½ inch. I will do the same thing on the other side of the front as well. For the back, I am just going to push the front pieces like this and go ahead and run a stitch on it. Please make sure that anywhere you have joinings or the dot line on the main fabric matches that of the lining while joining. You can also add hemming stave to the button and press it. This is how it looks after joining and pressing with the iron. The next thing is to join the sides. I added 1.5 inch allowance to this while transferring to fabric, but I will only use 1/2 inch to join it so that there can be ease on this waistcoat. So this is what the waistcoat is looking like. The last step is to fix the button and the holes. The bottom hole will be on the right side and the bottom will be on the left side. Thank you guys for watching. If you find this video useful, please hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Please turn on your notification bell so that you will get notified anytime I upload a new video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.